Hey everyone, and welcome to the Weather Centre. We're keeping a very close eye on tropical cyclone Dineo, which has intensified overnight and continues to make a beeline for the coastline of Mozambique. And we can clearly see this on our latest satellite imagery, some intense precipitation taking place around that cyclone. Our high-resolution model has forecast extreme winds to be surrounding the eye of the storm, which is clearly visible in the forecast, and we can see that that storm is now very close to the coastline of Mozambique. It's currently got wind speeds averaging about 120 kilometers per hour, but those winds are gusting to about 165 kilometers per hour. The storm is expected to continue intensifying as we head into this evening when it makes landfall along the coastline of Mozambique, and we're expecting that landfall to take place somewhere between 8 and 10 p.m. this evening local time, and that's going to take place between Vilanculos and Inhambane along that Mozambican coastline. Conditions associated with that storm are going to be hurricane force winds along with wave heights exceeding 10 meters. And one of the most significant phenomena associated with tropical cyclones is the storm surge. This is a rise in sea level around the eye of the storm, and that inundates the coastline and can be life-threatening across that area. Let's take a look at what the storm does as we head into late tomorrow. It moves further inland. It is going to be weakening, but we can still see some very strong wind conditions associated with it. Gales across southern Mozambique in association with extreme rainfall over the area. At the same time, during the second half of tomorrow, we're going to have strong winds extending into the low-felt areas of Limpopo as well as in Mpumalanga, and showers are going to gradually start reaching those areas as well. Heavy rain will start settling in overnight on Thursday and into Friday for the low-felt and the escarpment areas, and strong gusty winds are going to be pushing further inland over Limpopo and Mpumalanga, and we're also going to have very gusty wind conditions reaching Gauteng. Here's a quick look at the 48-hour rainfall accumulation over the region, and we can see for parts of Mozambique in excess of 200 millimeters is expected, and the areas shaded into grey and black indicate where rainfall amounts will reach between 300 and 500 millimeters, so really extreme amounts of rainfall across those areas. On Thursday evening and into Friday morning, in excess of 100 millimeters is expected for the low-felt and the escarpment areas of Limpopo and Mpumalanga, and that is very likely to result in localized flooding across the area. Let's move ahead to the alerts, and there is an advisory for tropical cyclone Dineo pushing in heavy rainfall over the low-felt areas of Limpopo and Mpumalanga, as well as the very strong winds which will be presenting themselves into the area during the course of Thursday and Friday, and we're going to see those conditions persisting until Saturday, in particular the heavy rainfall. There's Dineo on our Synoptic Analysis approaching the coastline of Mozambique, not affecting the country just yet, although we will see some cloud cover reaching the low-felt areas for today. Showers along parts of our east coast, thunderstorms further inland where it will be cloudy to partly cloudy, and it's going to be a hot day over the far western interior where we expect it to remain dry. And that's reflected on our rainfall probability map, a very broad area for isolated showers and thunderstorms, but scattered throughout the central parts, including Gauteng as well as the Free State. Winds this afternoon are going to remain light for South Africa's interior, but gusty along the Eastern Cape coastline. Strong winds settling in for that region, so for the meantime, no significant winds for the northern parts, but that will be changing over the next couple of days. It's going to be warm to hot all across South Africa, but especially hot for the western interior, some places reaching the mid to upper 30s. Moving ahead to your forecast for Thursday, and there we can see the showers that are going to start moving into the northeastern parts in association with tropical cyclone Dineo. Along with that, very gusty winds in the forecast, and the winds are going to be pushing all across the northern parts of the country on Friday. Heavy rain expected for the escarpment as well as the low-felt, and that includes Bombela. That's all from the Weather Centre. Goodbye for now.